Your Dallas Mavericks is one win away from advancing to the second round in the Western Conference. Can they get it done? Let's talk about it. Yep. Welcome back to another Dallas Mavericks update here on the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys joining. If you're on YouTube, shout out to you. If you're watching on the website, DopeContent.com, shout out to you. If you're watching on the new TV network that's on Amazon, Apple TV, and Roku, shout out to you guys, right? Much love to you. The name, if you haven't downloaded the TV app, it's called the Connected TV Network. It's on Amazon Fire Stick, it's on Apple TV, and it's on Roku. The Connected TV Network. It will soon be coming to your cell phones. It will soon be coming to your browser and all that stuff if you don't have, Apple, Roku, or Amazon, and etc. Right? So shout out to y'all for supporting. Let's get right into it, man. Dallas Mavericks win Game 5. A complete beatdown of the LA Clippers in LA, 123-93. Right? And this is after Game 4 where Paul George and James Harden went crazy and the Clippers blew a 31-point lead to the Mavericks, and the Mavericks just ran out of gas at the end. So this series really should be over right now. Clipper fans, my homies that are Clipper fans, I told y'all after Game 1 that it was going to be Mavs in 6. They was all hyped. He texting me, blowing my phone up. Clippers this, Clippers that. We did this, yada, yada, without Kawhi. And I got on stream. I even said it here on stream, right? Because that was the last Maverick video I did. It was after Game 1. And I said Mavs in 6. And the reason the Mavs looked like they looked in Game 1 was because the starters and majority of the role players haven't played in 9 days at that time, right? So I wasn't worried. They was rusty. I already knew what it was. Tim Hardaway went down and everything, right? Wasn't worried about it. I said Mavs in 6. I stood by that. Game 4 happened. Paul George goes crazy. James Harden goes crazy. Clipper fans, my homies that are Clipper fans were texting me, Push, you one of them. My homies were texting me, see, man, the Mavericks this, Clippers that. I yawned. Mavs in 6. Because even with them winning that game and going crazy how they did, Luka had a bad game that game. Gafford had a bad game that game. PJ really didn't do much that game. Kyrie did give you 40 points in the last game, but it was just, they just ran out of gas. The Clippers were up by 31 in that game. They were up by 31 in that game. I don't know why this is playing ESPN. Come on now. The Clippers were up by 31 in that game, and the Mavericks came back and took the lead. They just ran out of gas. That's all it was. They ran out of gas at the end because, they had a lot of work to do. Paul George was 11-19, 33 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, Luka had a, off game for him. Kyrie, again, 40 points on, 14 of 25 shooting that game. And, I didn't panic. That game didn't bother me at all. I was like, yeah, Clippers went up by 31, but we came back. Even when the Clippers were up by 31, I was like, they can't continue doing this. Paul George is not going to shoot like this the whole series. James Harden is not going to shoot like this the whole series. Westbrook had a good Game 1, and he's been, he's 6 of 32 since? So, nothing about this series has me worried. Now, if they go down by 15 tomorrow, then I'm going to say, hey, all right, what's going on? You playing with your food, Mavericks. You need to go ahead and finish them in 6, which I think they will. But let's get back into Game 5. Let's give you some numbers for them. PJ Washington, another bad game. And he's doing what I said I don't want him to do. He's standing in the corner waiting to shoot threes. I don't like that. I don't like him standing in the corner waiting to shoot threes. I want to see PJ attacking the rim more. He went 0 for 4 from the three-point line last night. 2 points, 1 block. He's not doing the job on offense, but the defensive side, like I said in the last video, the energy he brings and the vibe that he brings and the attitude that he brings to this Dallas team on the defensive end I love it. Absolutely love it. We just need to get him going on the offensive end. And the way that they can get him going is if they start letting him attack the rim more. because him standing in the corner shooting threes is not his game. I've been saying this for a while now, right? Been saying this for a while. It's not his game. 30 minutes, 1 of 7 altogether, 2 points, 0 for 4 from 3. He even missed both of his free throws, 0 for 2. Bruh. Right? So not a good game for PJ Washington. And this is the scary thing about this. And when I read these stats, you're going to see that this wasn't a good game for the Mavericks. And they still dominated the Clippers. This wasn't a good game for the Mavericks. So Mavs and 6, I stand on that. Push Mavs and 6, bro. Let's get to Jones. Jones went 5 for 7. This is a pretty good game for Jones. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist for Derrick Jones in 30 minutes. He went 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. Gafford, only 19 minutes from your starting center. Yet again, this is not a good series for Gafford. Only 19 minutes, but he went 2 for 4 in shooting, 4 or 6 from the free throw line. Had 8 points, only 5 rebounds, 1 steal and 1 block. Kyrie Irving, you would think watching the game that Kyrie really had another explosive 30, 40 point game. No. Kyrie had 14 points in 35 minutes on 6 of 14 shooting. He went 1 of 7 from 3. Bruh. 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Again, that's not a good, up to Kyrie standards, that's not a good game. That's not a good game at all. And again, the Mavericks still won by 30. I'm trying to tell you, Clippers fans, it's over, right? Luka, he's playing sick. He's playing hurt. That right leg is messed up, and he was sick. He's been sick all week, and you know it's been noted that he's been sick all week, right? And he said if it was a regular season game, he would have sat out. But of course, it's the playoffs, big game, Game 5, one of the most important games of the series. Luka played. Luka did his thing, typical Luka, right? 35 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, 39 minutes, 14 of 26 shooting. But from the 3-point line, he was 2 for 8. Bruh. In Luka's standards, that's not good at all. That's not good at all. So again, Luka still didn't have his best shooting night, and they still beat y'all by 30 points, Clippers fans. I'm going to keep saying that. If you ain't caught on, I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying that because I got Clipper homies that I know is going to see this. So I'm a trolling, right? Maxi Kleber had his best game of the series. 15 points, 5 of 7 shooting from the 3-point line. All of them came from the 3-point line. 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Dwight Powell, 4 minutes, 0 points. Derek Lively, 25 minutes, 5 for 5 shooting. Shout out to Derek Lively. All dunks for him. Derek, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Derek Lively has just been a pleasure to watch. I love watching Derek Lively. He's been working with Tyson Chandler, and it shows. He's been working with Tyson Chandler all season, and it shows. He looks like a mini Tyson Chandler out there. 2011 Tyson Chandler, that's Derek Lively. That's what we're seeing from Derek Lively. So shout out to D-Live, man, because he's going through a lot. He's going through a lot. You know, his mother passed away, unfortunately, during the last game of the season when they played Detroit. Not the last game, but the game before last. When they played Detroit, we found out in the arena, in a press box, that Derek Lively mother passed away, and it was just like it gutted us in the press box. So I already know if we felt a certain type of way, I can only imagine what he felt like. And he still decided to come to work. He still decided to, you know, give the team a speech that night and say, let's move forward, and you know, let's go out and play basketball. And he's been killing it. He's been showing up at practice, and he's been killing it. Derek Lively is one of the MVPs of the series right now, right? Especially on the defensive end. So shout out to D-Live. Josh Green, 18 minutes, 1 of 3 shooting. I mean, it is what it is on that. 4 points. So you got 4 points from Green. You got 4 points in 10 minutes from Exum. Jaden Hardy came in at the end of the game where it was already out of reach, and he gave you 14 points, 5-8 shooting in 6 minutes. Bruh. And let me tell you why this is funny. Jaden Hardy played 6 minutes, gave you 14 points. The 2 high scorers for the Clippers was Paul George with 15, Zubac with 15. Bruh. Let's give you James Harden. James Harden played 33 minutes, gave you 7 points. Bruh. Terrence Mann, 32 minutes, 11 points. PJ Tucker, that's when they got desperate. They put PJ Tucker in, and people just started falling all over the place. PJ Tucker came in, for 10 minutes, got 3 points. Whereas I can't even find, there go Westbrook right there. Westbrook, 16 minutes, 2 of 11 shooting, 6 points. So in 6 minutes, Jaden Hardy managed to outscore James Harden and Russell Westbrook combined. James played 33 minutes, Westbrook played 16. And then he was just 1 point away from matching their high player, which is Paul George Zubac, who played 33 minutes and 26 minutes. And again, the Mavericks really didn't shoot well. They didn't have a great typical, like, I've been watching the Mavericks all year, of course. I'm a Mavericks fan. I'm in Dallas, yada, yada. Even though the percentage says 54% field goal percentage, 36% three-point percentage, which is actually good. If you know Luka and you know Kyrie and you know some of these other players, this really wasn't a good game offensive-wise for the Mavericks. Because Gafford, since he's been here, has averaged a double-double. And 8 points, it was, I think that's his high for the series. 8 points is his high. And 5 rebounds in 19 minutes, that's not what we're used to here. Luka shooting 2 of 8 from 3, we're not used to that. Kyrie shooting 1 of 7, we're not used to that. PJ Washington shooting 0 for 4. Like, from the three-point line, we're not used to that. Now, Maxey is the one that's the guy that surprised us. Maxey and Derrick Jones giving you 12 and 15 points. That was the key right there. And then Derrick Lively doing typical Derrick Lively thing. That was like a normal game for him. So, but just Luka got 35, but he didn't shoot well from 3. 2 of 8 is not Luka's status, right? That's not what we're used to with Luka. 1 of 7 for Kyrie, 6 of 14, 14 points. Expect Kyrie to have a better game in Game 6. And with that said, the Mavericks will win Game 6. They will be getting ready to take on the OKC Thunder, which that series, I'm more nervous about the OKC Thunder series than I ever was with the Clippers, right? And I still think I don't want to skip ahead. Let's just stay on the Clippers right now. Let's just stay on the Clippers. I got the Mavericks winning in 6, which Game 6 is tomorrow, which is crazy because the Dallas Wings are playing Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and the Indiana Fever. That game is sold out. I really wanted Dallas to win Game 5 for this reason. I'm going to that game because the Wings work with us more than, you know, the Mavericks do, right? So we're going to be loyal to the teams that are loyal to us, right? So even though I know the Mavericks are going to win this game, I'm going to have to record it or watch it on my phone or something, you know, or just keep tabs on it on my phone. But I would be at the Dallas Wings games watching Caitlin Clark's first ever WNBA game, which is also going to be something exciting. So stay tuned for updates and things like that from that game, because that's going to be a banger. Yeah, we're about to see what Caitlin Clark has, and we're about to find out tomorrow, right? Even though it's preseason. It's a big preseason game. It's sold out. It's on TV. Last year, no preseason game was on TV. It wasn't even highlights from the preseason game against Chicago last year. That's why my video that I put last year after the game blew up, because nobody else did anything. The Dallas Wings YouTube didn't even put highlights of the game. Bruh. So, like, it was no highlights or nothing. But this year, it's going to be on Bally TV, Bally Sports. And, you know, it's going to be a sold-out game because of the hype of Caitlin Clark, and it's her first ever WNBA game. Like, they're following her with cameras right now at DFW Airport. I saw it earlier today. So, even though the Mavericks play at the same time, we're dope content. Me and my team, we're going to be at the Dallas Wings game. And that's just what it is. I got the Mavericks in 6. Now, as far as the Clippers, they got a lot to figure out, right? And it's not just the Clippers. It seems to be finally death to super teams. I think the super team era is about to end, because Phoenix eliminated with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, 3 superstars eliminated, right? Minnesota just ran through them. And by the way, speaking of Minnesota, I got Minnesota beating Denver in 7, by the way. Bruh. So mark that down, bookmark that. The Clippers, you got Westbrook, you got Harden, you got Paul George, you got Kawhi Leonard. They're about to get eliminated. I don't care what y'all say. They're gonna come out hard in Game 6. They're gonna come out fast and try to, you know, hit you in the mouth, and they probably will hit you in the mouth early because it's an elimination game for them, and egos are on the line right here, right? So I expect the Clippers to come out and hit the Mavericks in the mouth, and the Mavericks is gonna have to be ready for it. It is what it is. Mavericks gonna have to be ready for whatever punch that the Clippers throw at them tomorrow night in the first quarter. If the Mavericks can hold up in the first quarter and hold up in the third quarter, they will be just fine. The first quarter has been a problem for them outside of Game 1, because Game 1 it was the second quarter when they only scored 8 points. But outside of Game 1, that first quarter and the third quarter has been an issue with the Mavericks, right? So start fast, or, you know, absorb that punch that they're gonna hit you with, because they're gonna come out and hit you with, unless they just quit on this. They could quit. I doubt they will. Again, you got a whole bunch of future Hall of Famers on this team, and egos involved now. So it's more than just trying to win a game. You're dealing with egos now, right? So, and I don't know if Kawhi is playing. I haven't seen anything saying that he is playing tomorrow. But either way, it doesn't matter. They're gonna lose. They're gonna punch you in the mouth, Dallas. They're gonna punch you in the mouth early. So you need to be prepared for that and be ready to take it. And don't get down by too many points early in the game. Keep it close like you did last night, and then in the fourth quarter, in the second half, take off on them. That's what you need to do, and then get ready to move on to OKC. And I think that's what's going to happen. Clippers going to punch him in the mouth, but the crowd is going to be so fired up and energetic that they're gonna will this Mavericks team to this win. And the Mavericks are just a better team. And once again, like I said, I think this is the death of the super team. All these guys, Harden, Paul George, Kawhi, Westbrook, that's about to be done. The big three in Phoenix, that's about to be done. I wouldn't call LA a super team. I wouldn't call the Lakers a super team. I mean, you know, they only have the 2 stars of AD and LeBron, right? So I'm not even going to like put LA as a super team. But the 2 super teams that we know for sure that we can say are super teams, one is already out. Minnesota ran through them, and the Clippers about to be put out. That's just what it is. So I think that this super team stuff is about to end. Unless, here's my wild theory, right? Let me go ahead and say this now, right? Because I keep seeing these posts about KD, LeBron, and Steph, and the era is over, right? What I think is going to happen, if we do see another super team, it's going to be LeBron, KD, and Steph getting together and saying, oh, y'all think our era is over? Nah, we got something to show y'all. That's what I think. And again, that's a wild theory. I could be way off on this, right? But they already got their money. I don't see why they wouldn't take less to get together just to prove a point. LeBron is still chasing Kobe in rings. KD is still trying to talk about his legacy, right? Well, I'm not in the GOAT conversation. Y'all remember that earlier this year? Well, I'm not in the GOAT conversation. Well, this is why. You ain't won without Steph on your team, right? And actually, you went to Steph's team to win after he beat you when you was up 3-1 the year before that. So, outside of that, I think it's a death of super teams. Now, LeBron, as a Maverick fan, I'm being a homer. I'm trying to recruit LeBron to Dallas, right? LeBron loves Kyrie, and him and Kyrie they worked out whenever they worked out years ago. And LeBron's favorite player is Luka. Why not come to Dallas where you got 2 guards that can just move the ball? LeBron can move the ball. You put shooters around them, or keep the shooters that the Mavericks have now. LeBron take less. I mean, you're 40 years old, man. How much money do you need? I think you're good. LeBron can take less, right? And you just keep the role players that you got. I'm saying, LeBron, you're trying to win a ring. That's what I would do. I would come down here, take the load off my back where I ain't got to carry a team at 40 years old. And who's ever hot, you can just pass it to them. And then in the fourth quarter, when you want to take off, take off. Some things are just common sense, but it ain't that common, I guess, right? So, anyway, back to this Clippers Mavericks series, man. Mavericks take the win, 123-93 last night. Game 6 is Friday. I got the Mavericks winning. Now, the Clippers are about to move into a new arena next year, which is funny because I talked about that and I announced that on my old podcast back in 2018. Bruh. So everybody's just now catching on to something that I announced way back then. But anyway, Clippers moving to a new arena, so they got a decision to make because you want the fans to show up to this new beautiful arena, right? So are you going to try to keep George and Kawhi and James and Westbrook just to sell tickets? Or are you going to do the smart thing and let's just say you keep, I don't even know who, I would keep Paul George and James and I would let everybody else go and we'll just start fresh. I would keep Paul George and James, even though James is a choke in the playoffs for the most part. I told y'all in my last video that I expected him to choke, and that's last night, 7 points, 33 minutes, 2 of 12. That's choking to me. Bruh. That's typical James Harden. But if I had a choice out of the four, I'm keeping Paul George and James Harden. And if you're Kawhi Leonard, who really wants to play with Kawhi Leonard at this point? Because outside of Toronto, when he was clearly the man for that, look at his history. He's always injured in the playoffs. He's always missing multiple games during the season. Like, you can't count on him. So who would really sit back and say, you know what, I want to go wherever Kawhi is? Who's going to say that at this point right now? I don't know. I would rather play with Paul George than Kawhi right now. James Harden, I would rather play with James Harden than Kawhi right now, even though James Harden folded last night. I know they're going to play during the season. Paul George got injured as well, you know, in a couple of years ago in the playoffs. But for the most part, Paul George is going to play. Kawhi gets injured every single year in the playoffs, and he misses games. They would have beat Phoenix last year if Kawhi did not get injured. Bruh. And Paul George was injured as well, but Kawhi is always injured, right? Kawhi is always injured. So who wants to play with Kawhi at this point? And why would you want to play with Kawhi at this point? Unless Kawhi comes to your team, you know, and even then, are you paying him max? Is Kawhi still a max player? I guess when he plays, he is, but you can't guarantee that he's going to play. So why would you pay him max money? So Clippers got some things they need to figure out. And James Harden, you know how he is. Once you lose in the playoffs, after a super team fail, he's gonna complain his way out of there. Bruh. So Westbrook, I mean, he's not the same Westbrook. He's gonna play hard, but he's not giving you the old Westbrook stuff on offense. That's just what it is. He doesn't have that in him anymore. Like, I don't know what happened to his shot. Normally when an athletic player get older, their shot gets better. His shot has went down. I just don't understand that. Like, Derrick Rose, he got older, his shot got better. Jason Kidd got older, his shot got better. LeBron James, the older he got, the better his shot got. Westbrook's shot ain't improved at all. It got worse. I don't understand it. Like, his shot got worse. So at this point, who wants to play? I would take Westbrook because he's cheap, you know, as a good defender and a, you know, energy guy. But you can't really count on Westbrook no more. And Westbrook is my guy. I love Westbrook. So I hate saying that. Like, I really want to see Westbrook and Paul George get a ring. Not now, obviously, because they playing the Mavericks. But like, I really want to see Westbrook and Paul George get a ring before they retire. I think those two guys deserve rings. That's just me. Like, Paul George, I love Paul George's game. I used to love Westbrook's game, but I love Westbrook as a person to where I'm like Westbrook put in that hard work in OKC, man, and he plays hard no matter what. So those two guys I would love to see get a ring. Too bad it's not going to happen because the Mavs are going to beat them tomorrow, and it's going to be it for them. But the Clippers got things to figure out. If you're in the comment section, let me know what you would do with the Clippers. Who you keeping And what you gonna do? Because you got to think about the arena. You got to sell tickets. You're not sharing with the Lakers no more, so you got to sell tickets to this arena. So the fans got to believe in you. But at the same time, you got to have a team that's gonna do something. Getting put out in the playoffs first round, even though they playing the Mavericks and they were 1 game apart, the fifth and fourth seed. You shouldn't be getting whooped by 30 when the Mavericks are not even having their best game. Shouldn't be getting whooped by 30 at home. So they got some things to figure out, man. But thank y'all for watching. Mavs in 6. Appreciate y'all, man. 25 minutes in. Okay. Yeah, let me stop. Because I try to keep these videos 20 minutes, really. So I'm 5 minutes over right now. But appreciate y'all joining, man. Stay tuned for the Caitlin Clark stuff, WNBA stuff. And then I'll probably do another Mavericks video Saturday morning or something like that after they beat the Clippers and move on to the OKC Thunder. So we'll start previewing the Thunder if the Mavericks handle business. Don't play with your food, Mavericks. Do not play with your food. Get them out. Don't even risk going to Game 7. Get them out. Period. Don't play with your food. Do not play with your food. But this has been your Dallas Mavericks update right here on the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by Dope Content. Yeah. I am your host, Kevin K. Lewis. Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you in the comment section if you leave comments. YouTube don't like to leave comments. Twitch be leaving comments all the time, but YouTube don't ever leave comments. And Facebook even leave comments. I don't understand what's going on with YouTube, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out one day. But until next time, man, y'all be safe. I'm out.